ever felt stuck in your career? I know I sound like a cheesy commercial, but all of us at some point in time hit that ceiling on our career and our occupation and we're not really sure where to go. Well, what about completely turning it on its head and finding your own niche by combining several different things that seemingly are impossible to combine? And the three characters in this video did exactly that. Welcome to the TohirT channel. My name is Tahir, and today we're talking about a few individuals who decided to switch things up in their main occupation and achieved really surprising results. Let's do this! We will go through this video in somewhat of a rapid succession, primarily because I'm traveling this week and I need to get this video out to you guys. And we're gonna start with Nelly, a name you probably have not heard since like late 2000s. The guy has been always a hit machine. Early 2000s to late 2000s, he's been cranking out a hit after hit. He created what I'd still argue to the day is one of the best and most complete albums, Sweat and Suit, and over time he amassed this following among people all over the world. And all of a sudden, not much for the past few years. He created songs here and there, none of them topped the charts like his old singles used to do, until he surprised everyone and released the Heartland's album. Heartland's album is a compilation of songs created in collaboration with the country singers. Yes, I know, exactly the point that I want to make today is that sometimes you want to explore the boundaries of your career, the skills and the type of work that you do to find that new chapter.
It's very humbling to have people appreciate your vision.
I picked this album as a first example and an inspiration because quintessential Nelly music can be hardly associated with a country song. Yet, I would like to remind you that one of the best songs, one of the most popular songs on the Sweat and Suit album was actually a collaboration with Tim McGraw, an iconic country singer, and that song killed it. So, Nelly technically already had his toe in the water of those kind of hip-hop and country collaborations, so he just leaned into it and produced what I'd argue is probably his best work in the past decade. Unusual path? Sure, but he pushed himself to explore new skills in the music, meet new people, work with new collaborators. He amassed new audience through this because now you have the country listeners who will be curious to check out some of these songs, and you'll have hip-hop listeners going and exploring some of these artists that they'll discover thanks to Nelly. Think about your career, think about your occupation, whether you're business, arts, professional, entrepreneur, whatever you might be up to. What are ways by which you can expand those boundaries? Try to create those unique mixes and collaborations. Find something unique enough further out there that it will be a stretch. Even if you fail at the execution, you will achieve some new skills and meet some new people. But if you'll succeed, similar to some of these other ideas that were terrible on paper, but great in execution. Country music and rap, watermelon and salt, French fries and mayo. I think I'm hungry. My second example is KIRBY, an up-and-coming R&B artist, one of my favorites, someone whose album Sis I discussed in one of my prior videos. The reason I want to bring KIRBY into the picture is that her approach to getting that audience and building it out over time on social media is not about just posting her content and continues to talk about her work. She actually creates a lot of interesting, thought-provoking, sometimes downright hilarious videos on the Instagram, and with that she slowly amasses the audience that eventually gets introduced into her music. KIRBY is not the first artist to realize the potential of that social media virality and how it can help you boost your main career. Think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That guy knows the game in and out. He's great at creating the content on, say, his Instagram. He primarily talks about inspiration, about the hard work. He posts about his traveling gym and how he works there. He talks about different routines, his ranch, his family, a lot of other topics that people can relate to. And that 250 million plus audience that he have on Instagram listens and tunes in every single day. And when it matters, when there's the new movie coming up, this guy drops a couple of notes. To drive a comparison, let's think about the Super Bowl. A biggest event on a TV in the United States amasses about 100+ million people, and it will cost you about $5 to $6 million to have 30 seconds of a TV spot during the prime time of that show. Now, how much does it cost Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to post something on his Instagram? Nothing. How many people he can potentially reach? 2.5 times more than what Super Bowl gives you as a brand. So no wonder when you think about his commercial results and being one of the highest paid actors in the world, his commercial success increased and was closely tied to his social media popularity. And no wonder when artists like KIRBY follow that lead and trying to find their own audience and their own type of content that will help that audience to grow so that eventually they'll be introduced to the music, to that core that they produce. When it comes to you, especially if you're not artists and maybe you're in the business or a corporate world, think about other social media venues, potentially LinkedIn, potentially Facebook, Instagram, where you can produce the content, you can share your passion for that industry that you're in. But then as you grow yourself as a thought leader, you will bring people into what you actually are selling, whether it's yourself as a corporate employee, whether it's your business or the product that you're working on, or whatever other venture you might be up to. The last but not the least example for your inspiration for today is Petr Cech. This guy is one of the best goalkeepers that the European League, and specifically the Premier League, have seen. The guy have played for Chelsea for years, he amassed a plethora of titles, plethora of individual titles, of club titles. He holds a ton of different records all over Europe and specifically again for Chelsea. This guy have been there, done that, created a name for himself and a reputation as one of those best goalkeepers that this world have ever seen. And then, all of a sudden, the dude decided that he wants to play hockey. TohirT, how's this inspirational? The dude is famous, he's rich, he's accomplished a lot, he's at the top of his game, and that's the whole point. Petr has nothing to gain and virtually everything to lose, especially his time, his precious health, the other opportunities and attention that he could have been spending there. And all of this is really driven by his passion for this project, as he puts it in this following segment.
To be honest, as a kid, I wanted to play ice hockey because in Czech Republic, the ice hockey is as big as football.
Driving the childhood passion and exploring a new area can be very enticing, especially when you're someone like Petr, who is very driven individual who clearly wants to continuously push himself. And this is what I like about this story. It's not really about whether he's going to be like in the Olympics, whether he's going to achieve a similar kind of success in hockey. Most likely not, but that's not the point. The point is that he's developing a new set of skills. He feels that burn under him to learn something he has zero clue right now. As of recording of this video, he's still playing, and as of recording of this video, if you are sitting there and you're at the top of your game, you've achieved everything in the industry you're at, or maybe you hit that ceiling and you're not really moving far because you're quite comfortable, you're making money, you're sustaining the living that you're happy about, why? Why won't you go and see what else is out there? We have to keep pushing ourselves and keep our brains engaged and continuously developing. You have to push forward. You have to learn something new. You don't have to go completely drastically outside of where you are. It can be as simple as finding a new skill, a new way of doing the job, a new way of improving the way your company performs, the way your business is functioning. It's all about slow and incremental changes that eventually might land you in some weird and interesting mix. After all, internet is a beautiful thing and clearly proving to us, no matter how crazy of a mix you'll find between your skills and your passions, there'll be the audience and there'll be the business for it. Do you find yourself thinking about the fact that you might be at the end of that current path and you have to find something new? Did you find one of these examples inspirational? And what are other different challenges that you're facing today, especially as unfortunately we get close to the end of the year? It's going to be time to tally up those successes over 2021 and decide what you're going to be doing next. Share your thoughts, ideas, and questions in the section below. I found each of these three individual stories very inspirational because each one of them got me thinking about different small ways by which I can improve myself, whether it's my corporate side of the world, whether it's this passion project. And when it comes to this also stories, it was a little bit hard to expand them into the broader single video per single person, but three of them together, mwah, perfect combination. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're curious about other inspirational individuals, finding other interesting ways by which you can push yourself forward, there are plenty of the videos on this channel because I'm here every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with some of your friends. Here are a few more videos for you to enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.